Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. Today I'm painting a piece of plastic. No, I'm not. Today I am painting a t-shirt. And this t-shirt is being worn quite a bit. I like it. It's comfy. And it's just boring plain black. And why wouldn't I advertise my business as I walk around town? I don't understand. So let's get some magic happening. I'm going to be known as that weird painted lady around town soon. What with my shoes and stuff. So I've got this piece of 2 by, I don't know, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 by 12, 2 by 8, 2 by 10, 2 by, I don't know. It's 2 inches thick. Anyway, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, whatever that is. Anyway, and it's covered with some plastic. And now I'm going to cover it with a t-shirt. I'm putting the t-shirt around the board. And the reason for that is I don't want the paint going through to the other side. Does that make sense? Let's put it that way and then you can see the whole thing. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to tape it so that it's nice and tight. Because otherwise when I try and tilt it will move around and that won't be quite so cool. So let's do that. Boom, 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 boom. Did that move? I think it did. Oh look, I've got paint on the back already. How does it get any better than that? See, it did move. There we go. So I'm just going to use masking tape, painter's tape, whatever you want to call it. Grab it and just dealing with tape with gloves on is always fun. And then I'm going to do the same the other way. Finger stuck. Globalicious. Alright, do you think that's enough? Do you think that'll hold it? What do you reckon? Let's have a look. Oh, pretty! Pretty, smooth and pretty. How's it get any better? Looks like a way to iron shirts. Anyway. Hello, pretty. Now, let's get the paint out. What paints am I going to use? Obviously, I'm going to use the same paints as I painted my shoes with. Yes, I am. Why am I doing the same colours? Because they're already mixed and they have fabric medium in them. So, what I did was I mixed them just the way I normally would. But instead of water, so I did Floetrol and fabric medium. Now this is Deco Art fabric painting medium, converts acrylics to fabric paints. Now, I've never owned any actual fabric paints, So you might be able to do this with those, but with these, we're sticking to this. All right. Now, one thing I realized about this red paint. Now, this paint is Reeves Brilliant Red, and it is got some black in it, but it is very orange red. Now, that color is not really showing, but it's orange red. Not a fan of orange. So what I thought I would do for this particular mix is make some blue and some red and mix it together to make purple. Now you all know I like purple, and the cool thing about purple is it's not that orange red. Now that's a very, very purple. Very dark purple, but it's purple. I might just pop a little bit of white in. I didn't mix any white with fabric paint because I didn't have any unmixed. So this is just straight normal Floetrol and water mix, but I just want to lighten that up a bit because I don't like it that dark. See how magic that is? Just a little bit of white and it comes up a totally different tone. Still going to dry quite dark though. Let's put a little bit more in. Now I'm not putting a lot in. Just notice that's not a lot of white, but it's enough just to change the colour just that little bit. Okay. All right, so get the red out of here because we're not going to use that, but we are going to use, this is Viridian Hue, and it is mixed with Floetrol and water, and then, Floetrol and fabric medium. And then I mixed in some pre-mixed Floetrol and water and iridescent medium. So we've got kind of like a sparkly thing going on, bit of an iridescence. Let's show you the difference actually. So that's straight Viridian Hue with silicone in it, and that is the sparkle version. And you can add as much or as little iridescent medium. Obviously the sparklier it is, the lighter it's going to be. Now what I did with the shoes was I forgot to put any silicone into the paints before I poured them, and that was fine for the shoes, but I would like this is water because that's really thick. I would like the t-shirt to have cells because it's, you know, advertising my business right out in front of people, blah blah blah, right out in front on my boobs. There we go, that's a lot runnier. So we are going to just a little bit in that one. We're going to add some silicone. And what does silicone do? Silicone creates those cells. And it's kind of magical, really. You layer in your paints, and then once it's out, you add a little bit of warmth, and the silicone goes, hold on, I'm oil, this is water, I must rise to the top, I must become the leader. And so it pushes its way up through all the layers of paint. Oh god, that's thick. And it then pops out the top, just like if you had a teaspoon of oil in a cup of water, it would end up floating on the top, right? Well, that's what happens with this, because we're using water-based paint and we're putting silicone oil in it, and what that creates is but as it pushes its way up, it creates those little cell-like looking structures. So let's add some silicone. So at the moment I am using Durex Play Perfect Glide. I like it, it works well. And like in that much paint, which is about an ounce, you only need, sideways so you can see it drip, come on, which comes, it's nearly empty. 1 or 2 small drops. Now there's all sorts of different silicones you can use. Personally, I've used CRC 808 silicone, and you spray that into a dispenser of some description. I used an eyedrop, like a dropper container. You're getting so empty, aren't you? Because silicone itself is actually quite runny. So when you start, if you just had a bottle of it and you tried to pour it, it would be like you'd just fill your cup up. It just runs straight out. It's almost as runny as water. Come on, out. Come on. I think they're going to retire, little bottle. What was I saying? Yeah, so by having an eyedropper, like a squeezy dispensary thing, that made a big difference. So I'm going to do a flip cup. Yes, I am. Now, should I reuse one of these that I did my shoes with? No. Okay. Let's get a clean one. So, my silver, yay, this is my lightning rod. So, I'm going to put a little bit of silver, a little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of da-da-da-da-da, a little bit of purple, a little bit of blue, or maybe a lot of blue, some green. Now, as you can see, I'm pouring it from quite high up, which gives a downward pressure, so it mixes in itself. Do, 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 do. Alright, I don't have room for any more green. What's right about that? Now, I'm going to do what I did last time with the shoes and just sort of prep the t-shirt. And I've got some black. And what this is doing is it's just creating a moist space in the center so that the t-shirt isn't absorbing that other paint quite so quickly. I'm gonna make it a sort of a roundish shape. And so at the target with that, having a moist patch, as I said, is that the paint when it comes out can flow across the surface rather than getting sucked into the t-shirt. Because the black's been sucked in first, and all is well in the world. So that black again has been mixed the same way as all the others. And let's see, should I just do a flip or should I put a piece of card over top and flip it? Flip. Okay, cool. Are you ready for this? I'll zoom you in just a fraction. Isn't it a pretty carp? Ready, set. Oh, splash job. Bubbly splash job. Sometimes you wish you could just keep those splashes, eh? How does it get any better than this? Alright. I'm gonna release like that. Ready? Set. Look at that. It's so pretty. And we got cells. Yay! That's what happens when you actually put silicone in your paint. Look. These are little, I've got air bubbles obviously, but these are little silicone cells that have already started to show up. So, while I've got you zoomed in like this, I'm going to just pop those air bubbles and maybe invite some silicone to the top with the warmth of the... Because right now we've got layers of paint still there. And if we get those cells to come up through those layers, you're going to get funkier cells. Hopefully. What would it take? Can I have some funky cells now, please? You know, that whole ask and you shall receive thing. What are you asking for, guys? Are you asking for funky cells? Or have you already decided you're not going to get them? Let's just pop these big bubbles. No. Pop. They don't want to pop. Alright, they'll pop. Now, I don't want to put a grubby hand on the clean part of t-shirt, so I'm actually going to change my gloves before I start tilting. We'll just leave that to percolate there. Change my gloves so that I don't end up with paint smeared on the underside of the t-shirt. Because we want to keep it looking clean and pretty. And let's zoom it out. Oh no, those bubbles are annoying me. There we go. zoom you out. Here we go. I'm glad I made that purple. That looks cool. My tummy's starting to grumble. It's Sunday morning and my husband's making bacon and eggs. Gonna lose that blue. It's right about that. I'm not getting. Just taking it round. Okay. Got lots of air bubbles come up there. And that'll be partly because of the fabric letting off gases. Okay. Now, I've actually got quite a bit of paint still in the cup. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and put a ribbon around the outside. Starting from here. Now, when you're emptying a cup, the further around you go, the slower you have to move to get the same amount of paint out. Oh, Tommy, you are being noisy. Okay. Hey, when it touch it. Do you dare me to? I dare you to, I dare you to, I dare you to. What's happening to my world? What am I creating in my world? Just gonna scrape the cup a little bit so that we get a bit more paint coming out. And carry on round. I like that. I like it, I like it, I like it a lot. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Some of you are yelling at me, what are you doing? I'm making my t-shirt. Sorry about the head, guys. Hey, handsome.
Hey, beautiful.
Come to see me creating beauty.
I'm creating breakfast.
Yay, breakfast. How did I get so lucky?
I won't do your eggs just yet. Ooh, that looks funky.
Do I want to keep it separate, or do I wanna? I wanna. I would turn it around so I wasn't giving my head in the way, but sorry, I've got paint on my gloves again and I'm not changing my gloves. Sorry. One thing when you're using a straw so much, guys, there is moisture in your breath and it gathers and then it flicks out. So you end up with water. So just tapping it on your hand every now and again just to clear that is a good idea. All right, That is enough. Ooh, I nearly did it, didn't I? I got a couple of lumpy bits. Shake, 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 shake. Yes, I'm weird. I know. That's why you watch me. Some of you watch me because you like my painting. Some of you watch me because it tells you that you're not the only weird one on the planet. And some of you watch me to justify that, see, I'm not as weird as her, so therefore it's okay. Okay. So, I'm liking it. It's got some interesting cells. It's got a funky edge. And when it's dry, I might go around and write something around the edge. Something profound, maybe. Some random question like, what grand and glorious adventures can I have today? And how much fun are you choosing? Something like that. So there you go, guys. I'm going to leave this to dry. And once it's dry and it's all finished, I shall bring it back to you. And that your time will be 3, 2, 1. All right, here it is. As you can see, I have added some words. And it's still on its block. So I'm gonna take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on, doo-da, doo-da. And then we can see how it goes. Now, it has been a good number of days since I poured this. It took quite a while to dry. Part of that is to do with the fact that it's sitting on plastic. Didn't have any airflow underneath, so it had to dry all the way from the top through. Yeah, see all this paper I used. Right, now the other thing with that is it has seeped through and stuck itself to there. There we have it. So I actually feel like it's a little bit tacky still on the back now that I'm feeling it. And I'll probably still give it a few more days to dry completely before I washed it. But let's put it on. Let's see how it looks. Alright, here we go, guys. And let's see if I can get this to work. There she is. Yay! What magic can I create? Yahoo! So it does form to my shape, which is good. It won't stretch, but this t-shirt didn't need to stretch much anyway. So that's cool. So there we go. What magic can I create today? So I get to go out and wear this and look fabulous wearing my art on my t-shirt. Yeah. Shiny happy people dancing. Shiny happy people. Woohoo. And going even more shiny. I got my shoes on. So I'm off to create some magic. What magic are you creating today? And this thing just doesn't want to focus now that I'm moving. How much fun can you have and how much magic can you create? Like, what is magic to you? To me, magic means something that other people don't believe is possible being created. So how can you create magic today? Maybe it's just smiling at someone on the street and they don't realize that someone else would be willing to smile at them. That's magic, guys. Sure, you could go make potions and lotions and make people fall in love that don't want to fall in love, but why would you? What if you were to create the magic that will change the world? The joy, the ease, the glory. What if all of life can come to you with ease and joy and glory? Whoop whoop! Alright guys, if you want to have some fun with us on the Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group, please join us. If you are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, whichever way direction that is. Make the bell ring so that you get notified when new videos come on. And what else is possible, guys? How much fun can you have? And what if you being you is the gift this world requires? I adore you. Bye bye.